All right. Welcome to Taco Tuesday. Tonight we're going to talk about the new catalog. As I said, you're probably going to want to have a copy of the catalog, showcase brochure, or product list if you have one. If you don't, there is a PDF on the workstation. If you search under marketing, choose the criteria catalogs and PDF, and it'll limit what comes up. I am going to try and show it on the screen, but Zoom doesn't always cooperate with me on that. So I can't promise you. And I did want to, I know sometimes I've had a couple people ask me what the difference is between a product list and a catalog and a showcase brochure. So I'm actually going to show that because I know we have a fair number of new people. So this is a catalog. I realize to some of you this is common sense. This is a catalog. It's like 6x9. It has 65 pages in the US plus this thing that pulls out at the end. Okay. They come in packs of 25. This is a showcase brochure. It is a full size, like probably 8x11 would be my guess. It's a guess. It is just a few pages, and everything is, it's kind of like this versus just a few things on each page. Okay, these are a lot less expensive. I use these for fundraisers typically. Some people use these solely instead of catalogs. I do think the catalog does a better job of showing some of the products. And then these are product lists. So these are big. There are 50 on a pad of these. And it's just front and back. So you don't get a lot of descriptions, but again, they're the least expensive option by far. Okay. So that's the difference between the three. So before we dive into the new catalog, which starts on February 1st, I just want to remind you, this is your last chance on the discontinued list this week. When things sell out, they're gone. Okay. So I've had a couple people ask me about discontinued fragrances that went out of stock over the weekend that are now listed on the product status list with no return date. My guess to you would be, if there's no return date, if it's to be determined, they probably won't be back before the end of the month. So I would encourage you to encourage your customers to either find a different bar they liked or set up a Scentsy Club subscription, because they can still add those to a Scentsy Club subscription right now. Now, if they're part of a party, the host would not get credit for that. Okay. All right. Also remember with those club subscriptions, it's always get my bar. I had like 3 questions about this today, so I'm stressing it. It's always get my bar, not always get my room spray, always get my pod, always get my Scentsy soak. It's always get my bar. So those discontinued products, the bar is the only thing that they can carry on forever by adding it to their club. Okay. The end of January is always huge. I'm always shocked, even in a non-transition month, how heavy the volume is the end of January. It seems like people kind of come out of the woodwork. So I would, if you have those parties, get them closed out, because as products sell out, you're not going to want to be stuck having to juggle, especially the end of the month over the weekend, trying to reach out to customers and fill in discontinued products. So also, I think sometimes we forget about the cause product. Especially it was really big the beginning of the catalog with Breast Cancer Awareness Month. There are a lot of people who are still interested in this cause warmer, and this is our last chance to do everything we can to add some value financially to this cause. So with this product, so don't forget about that. I would encourage you all to go live on your VIP pages or however you communicate with your customers this week and really do one final push for the cause. Okay. Last 2 things before we dive into the catalog. Actually 3 things, sorry. Terminations. There seems to be a little confusion over the termination policy. It's pretty simple. If you have not placed if you have not placed 200 PRV in 1 month out of the last 12, you will terminate February 1st. There is a check mark next to the names of those people in the performance tab of the workstation. 200 PRV, 1 out of every 12 months. It's a policy going forward. Okay. If you haven't, it used to be 1 out of every 4, obviously. Now we're to 1 to every 12. If they haven't had 200 PRV, 1 out of every 4 months, and they have a team, they will lose that team. That team will roll up. Okay. So there seems to be confusion on that. So I want to make sure we are clear. I know a lot of people are doing last chance first glance parties this weekend. I'm really excited to hear how you guys are doing with those. And with transition, I want to remind you all the workstation, and I've got notes on this so I don't forget. I want to make sure you remember the workstation will go down at midnight Pacific time on the 31st. It will be down for 2 hours. Okay. According to the news tab, it will come up at 2 a.m. Pacific time. They told us at one point they were going to have a queue. The workstation says they will not have a queue. I'm going to go with the workstation for now. So at 2 a.m. when the workstation comes up, there will be things down like the reporting tab and that kind of thing. They're going to keep it a very minimal workstation to allow for order volume, because order volume is really heavy always the beginning of the month on a transition month. Okay. All right, let's dive into the catalog. So today, so a few weeks ago, maybe I don't know how long ago, it was probably more a few weeks ago, the Superstar directors had a fun catalog walkthrough with Carrie Brandt. So if you watched World Tour, Carrie is the one that does, she did the LTO releases with Michael Borg. So like she did the spa, the Mother's Day, the Father's Day, those things. So she's super sweet. I adore her. But we were bound by NDA. And so I wasn't sure what of that I could share. So I reached out to her, and I reached out to Michael Borg, and I reached out to Lacey Hansen, who does Lacey's like the jack of all trades at Scentsy, right? So, and I asked them to share some of their favorite details of the catalog, because I wanted to make sure I had their permission to share these things. So this afternoon, Carrie actually was like, well, let's Zoom and talk about it. So we Zoomed for a little bit, and she shared with me kind of some of her favorites, and Michael Borg sent me some of his favorites, and Lacey sent me like, I can't even tell you how many bullet points. Is crazy. So I consolidated them all into one document so that I didn't forget any of them. So I'm just going to go page by page through the catalog. We're not going to do every page, don't worry. But I want to point out to you some of the things that are their favorites or that they think are really important in the catalog, and some of mine as well. So just on page 2, like right inside the cover, a couple fun facts. We now have over 230,000 consultants in 12 countries. Okay. That's right inside the cover, right? A couple lines above, love, Heidi and Orville. And I think that that's pretty telling. It also talks about how we pretty much broke every record imaginable this past year. And if you attended World Tour, or even if you didn't, the infographic is posted, and I shared it on the Scent Warriors group page. We blew every record out of the water. In fact, at one point earlier this fall, the Superstar directors were like, let's go for 1 billion. And they were like, whoa, no, step back. And we were like, oh, 1 billion. So it's like the big joke between us and them. So now they're like, bring on 1 billion for next year. So, but they understood what some of the shipping concerns were going to be and other things. So we kind of tease them with the 1 billion mark. But I'll tell you what, like, we weren't that far off. We were just under 900 million, right? And I mean, that's, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands more than we hit the year before. So page 3, the only thing that I want to bring your attention to, I think especially new consultants sometimes don't understand what the mission of Scentsy is, or what our values are. And so they're listed there. I'm not going to go through them all, but they really are the core of what Scentsy is. Page 4, we get to more fun facts. Let me see if I can show this. I'm not sure if it's going to let me show the screen, but let me see if I can. You guys are going to have to tell me, can you see, what do you see? Do you see the catalog?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see. Don't save. Okay. Let me see if it'll let me scroll through that way. Let me add a couple people that are joining. And let me see if it'll let me, it won't let me move it though. Okay. So I'm going to kind of scroll through this way and see if I can make it easier. This page just has a couple more fun facts, you know, since he's been around 17 years. And we have 42 unique ways to fragrance your life, 42 different fragrance systems. We've also donated more than $13 million. These are things that sometimes people ask me. And so I think it's fun to know that they're all here in the catalog. Okay, let's get to the cause, charitable cause. This charitable cause is a little different this year than previous causes. We've always had one standard cause that we support, and that is not the case this time. This time we will be supporting multiple causes, okay? And they have not all been identified yet, so they haven't shared who they're going to be. So this Simply Blessed warmer, $9.50 in the US, will go to a variety of different organizations. Now, when I was talking to Carrie about this warmer, she was saying she loves this warmer. So if you remember a few years back, some of you who have been around a while, trying to add people, we had the Indigo collection. Do you guys remember that? It was a wax collection. Okay, this warmer is actually indigo blue. So when you think about the packaging of that warmer, of those waxes, it's almost a blue purple. But that is, she said, this is indigo blue. It's an indigo blue textured glass, but the words have been etched out. So the words are smooth on it, but the rest of it has texture. And she said it's really, really gorgeous when it glows through. And again, as she said, it's a really cool light play. So she loves the word light play, the way light shows through with warmers and the way, you know, the light affects things. So you're going to hear the word light play quite a few times. And then we have a whole page, again, dedicated to Whiff Box. Now, I want to bring your attention on the bottom of page 6, you're going to see there's a picture intentionally of how Whiff Box arrives. You can see the Whiff Box box there with the shipping label on the box. If someone just orders a Whiff Box, it is going to ship with the label on it. They do not package over it. They do not put it in a separate box, okay? So sometimes people are like, well, I was going to gift that. So I think it's very important that you guys understand how it does arrive, okay? And then after that, we've got a whole page to Scentsy Club. Not unintentional, because Scentsy Club is a huge, huge push right now, right? And it breaks down everything from how it works to how to sign up for it, everything. And does, you know, spotlight the always get your bar. Okay, then we start getting to some of the new warmers. When we get to page 8 and Moon over Jupiter warmer. This warmer, she said, well, she and Lacey both raved about this warmer. So she said this warmer, it's kind of a unique and these are the things you wouldn't get just reading the catalog, but are cool facts to tell your customers. So this is actually a swirl paint process that they use. And so the paint is actually poured inside the warmer and swished around. The paint is not on the outside, it's actually on the inside. Each one of these is going to be totally different in exactly how it looks and even the colors. Lacey said, how'd she word it? She said, there's gold veining in it too. You can't tell in the catalog, but there's a little bit of gold veining in it that you're going to see as well. It's grays, whites, and a little bit of gold. But each one of these is going to be very unique. So if you get something that doesn't look like this, that's intentional. Okay. I can tell you this warmer really appealed to my aerospace son. Like he was like, that's cool. That does look kind of like outer space. That does kind of look like the moon over Jupiter. So.
Hey, Karen, there is a picture of that where it's not lit up, because I know that one's lit up on the workstation. Yep. I mean, it looks night and day, and you can see those gold lines that you were talking about.
Yep. But even the amount of gray and gold that you see in them is going to vary based on the warmer. So it's really important if you're selling this warmer that your customer understands each one is going to be very unique. Okay. So here's what she said. She said, each one of these is unique in color and features. They're painted on the inside of the warmer. It's a swirl paint process. The paint is literally poured in and swished around. They're more gorgeous in person than it shows in the catalog. A lot of grays, and you can't see in the picture, but it has gold veining. So beautiful. Okay. And then when we get to Ooh La La, this one, both Carrie and Lacey commented also on. It's a gorgeous iridescent finish over frosted glass. And those are gold rhinestones on it. And they both said really the catalog doesn't do it justice either. Okay. Then we get to, and basically I'm going to talk about the new warmers, the new products. When we get to page 10 in the catalog, that Midnight Tide mini warmer. So if you looked at it, you might be unsure what color it is, but it's actually a metallic blue. And she said in person, it's really a vibrant metallic blue. Okay. And then she said, and then the waves are sandblasted into it. And she said the light plays really great. The light really comes through in it. And then when you get to Carolina Coast, the big warmer next to it, which I live on the Carolina Coast, it will do very, very well here. That warmer, she had a couple things to say. Number one, it's really large in size. It's 7.5 inches. That is, in most cases, a full inch bigger than a lot of our warmers. Okay. And I was going to make a comparison to size. The Himalayan salt warmer, if you have the Himalayan salt warmer, which is a large warmer, is only 6.5 inches. So this is bigger than that warmer. And that's a pretty large warmer. So, and it's got a good width to it too. It's a really pretty seafoam green glass, kind of like you would see like a very coastal vibe to it. But that basket is actually the wicker / cane in it is actually woven onto the basket, onto the warmer, not the basket. It is woven onto the warmer. And so each of those are going to be just a little bit different as well. Same general idea for that, but those are all hand woven onto them. Okay. I think some people, especially some people who are new to Scentsy, don't realize the detail that our products have, or the hand painting or the hand labor that is involved in some of them. If you've been around a long time, you've seen some of the some of the videos that they've done about the intricate work that goes into creating some of our warmers, but they haven't shared those for quite a while. So I want to make sure you know that. So again, Carolina Coast, very large warmer. The basket is actually woven onto the warmer. Okay. And then when you get down here, a couple more beach warmers along the coast, along the beach, bottom left on my screen. I don't know if it's inverted for you guys. That is the same process that we use for like our glitter gold or our any of our, even our new Valentine's Day glitter warmer. The only difference is this one is a definite ombre. Probably matches my hair at this point. It's a definite ombre. Okay. And then that tidal pool warmer that's next to it. I want to show you the difference between it because this is something that customers might not expect. So you can see it lit on the tops of my screen, and down at the bottom, you can see it unlit. So there's a huge difference between it on and off. So if you have customers that are going to leave it on all the time, that's fantastic with the shell design in it. But if they're expecting to see that quality with it off, it is a very dark warmer with it off. Okay. And then let's see. Oh, opulence. Okay. Page 12, opulence. Again, this is a really large warmer as well. It's 7 inches and it's pretty wide. You can see it compared to the Himalayan salt warmer, just for size. It is a big warmer. So this is a really gorgeous glass warmer, but they used a new technique on it. And it's a pattern in the glass actually. So, and then they brushed gold on the leaves to after the gold, after the warmer was, designed, they brushed some gold on those leaves to kind of make them stand out. So they expect this to be really, really, really popular. And I would agree, like the feedback I've gotten from my customers has been incredible. And then that Happy Henna warmer that's behind it is the glass in it is a little iridescent. And the design is really intricate, but when I was talking to Carrie, she said, but it's almost subtle at the same time because the design is really almost dainty. So it's kind of not what you would expect, but that's been a really popular one from their testing as well. Okay, then we're going to move on to page 13. And someone asked me, I think it was Monday night, about the Paloma warmer. Is it white? So I asked her, I said, Carrie, so the question's already come up. Is that Paloma warmer a stark white? And so she said, I wouldn't call it stark white. She said, first of all, they do expect this may be one of the most popular mini warmers. But she said, it's a sandstone type design. And she said it's white, but she said there's almost a shadow on it. So it's definitely not just stark white. So kind of similar to the pressed tin look, but not quite as obvious. So, and I've had more pre-orders for that than any other mini warmer. So she says it's got subtle shadows. Then we're going to move to, I don't even know what page this is. Page 14, the New Country Sunshine. And it does say this in the catalog, but she mentioned this is going to be a really, really popular warmer for those who have a country type kitchen. But they use the same cutout style that they used on the Home at Last warmer, which says Home Sweet Home on it, even though it's Home at Last. And the back of it's going to radiate that sunrise shape. So the cutouts are on the back of it, and it's going to radiate against the wall. And you can see it depicted there. And if you haven't seen Home at Last, it does illuminate laurel sprigs on the back of it too. So, and then when I asked her what her favorite warmer, this is Carrie, what her favorite warmer in the new catalog is, it was actually this Lavender Love. And Lacey raved about it as well. So the cool thing about this, like some of the other warmers, each one of these is going to be very unique. So they take real sprigs of lavender and they're going to press it into the mold when they make the warmer. Okay. And then they're going to put that purple glaze on. And so it's going to go into, into the lavender where the lavender was. And then they're going to hand wipe it off and finish the warmer. And then, so each one of those is going to be a little different as well. So make sure your customers are aware of that. But I think it's gorgeous. When you scroll down on page 16 a little more, you've got the wings warmer. And if you've got questions, go ahead and put them in the chat. I can't see them while I'm showing my screen though, just so you know. That wings warmer has been in other regions, region 2, and I think region 3 as well. And it was highly, highly requested for region 1. So they've added it to the catalog. And then that midnight floral mini warmer that you see, she said, gorgeous in person. Pictures don't do it justice. The design and detail are just spectacular, and it almost looks like there's a little gold in it, even though there isn't. The way the light illuminates behind, it almost looks like there's some gold in it, but there isn't. So that was a warmer that if there are a few warmers that if I know some of you put back some host rewards or a budget to purchase a couple warmers, that would be one of them that the catalog doesn't do justice to, and something you might want to add to your collection so you could actually show it on the screen for a Facebook party or that kind of thing. Okay. The same with the, let's see, what's it called? Moon over Jupiter warmer. Because she said that one really doesn't do justice to it. Okay. And then when we get to some of the modern warmers, we've got Gatsby and Poised. And these are both have fantastic light play. So you're going to get a ton of light coming out of these. The way it casts on the walls, the way it just kind of dances in the room is really, really pretty. The Gatsby is the mini warmer. It's textured. It's a textured glass, but it gives a great detail and it makes it shine beautifully, she said. Poised. Now, when Poised is off, Poised just looks like a very simple white warmer. But when you turn it on, you get this gorgeous detail on it. And those, the diamond shapes have been sandblasted into it as well. So she said, if you have someone that wants a lot of light in a room, the poised warmer would probably be the best choice. It's really going to give a good light throw. Probably not the best choice for a bedroom at night. Okay. Let's see. And then we get to Fabulous Feathers. This warmer has a lot of steps to it. It's a sandblasted pale pink glass, which you can kind of tell looking at the lid, but some people thought it was actually just clear glass, but the glass is pink. And there are a lot of steps that went into it. After, the pale pink glass is sandblasted, then it's painted, and then it's electroplated. So there's a lot of handwork and detail on it. And then the Perfect Pearl mini warmer that you see here, which I actually have back here behind me, it's intentionally showcased in this catalog with the different bulbs in it, because it really is the perfect mini warmer to show what a difference the light bulbs make. And so you can always refer people to this in the catalog, but it's also, if you have one of these, it might be a really, really good choice to, have, if you have a couple color bulbs and you're doing a Facebook party, maybe just to show them the difference that changing the bulb color makes. It's also perfect, obviously, this time of year. It's spring colors, pastels, Easter colors, Valentine's Day colors, all of the things. All right. And then Trust in Him. Trust in Him, the detail in this warmer, this is actually was the most, and you can see, if you look in the big picture, it's lit up, and then down below, you can see the difference with it not lit. This was actually the most time-consuming warmer to design. It's got multiple fonts, all that detail, and it does wrap all the way around the warmer. It's not just, it doesn't end on the side. It is a full wrap of detail. And you can see, again, the difference between a lit and unlit. I've had a lot of pre-orders for this warmer as well. I will definitely be adding this to my Facebook party display as well, because I think this really is one that you have to see for it to sell well. So, all right. So the only other warmer that I want to talk about is Glimmer and Glow. If you have the catalog in front, which, as you know, came out last fall, right? So if you have the catalog in front of you, you know that it has the old lid on it in the catalog. Okay. If you are looking at the digital version on the screen, it has the new lid on it. So here's the way that works. And they did issue a news tab release about it, giving some of the details. As of, I think it was the 12th of this month, if you have the old lid or you have a customer who has issues with the old lid, you can call and request a new lid. If a customer is ordering it now or in the new catalog, if a customer is ordering it, what they're going to receive is the warmer with the old lid and a package with just the new lid, until they've gone through all the stock that's pre-packaged with the old lid. The box that has the new lid in it will explain why they're getting a second lid and explain all the details. But that's how it's going to come until they've gone through the rest of that stock. And once they have, because those have already been packaged up, once they're through all those, then they will just be going out with the new lids. Okay. I actually think it's more beautiful with the new lid. I really like it. So, okay. New fragrances. We're super beach heavy. I mean, it's spring, summer, so we're always very heavy on the fruity, the floral, the the ozonic fragrances, the ocean, the spa fragrances. We're always really heavy on those. But you can see, even Steve said, he was like, wow, we're really beach heavy. Coastal Sunset, Make a Splash, Vanilla Waves, Sand Swept, right? Very, very heavy on that. What I would recommend you do, whether you have the new bars, okay, whether you have the new bars or whether you have the testers, go live on your VIP page, go live on your personal page, go live wherever you go live. Or if you don't go live, I'm challenging you to go live and do a first sniff of all the new fragrances. It's even more fun if you do it with your family. It's even more fun when you have kids that don't like some of them and they're very vocal about it. That's okay. That's real life. So, but go live, share those, whether it's from testers or bars. And then also create your favorite 6-pack. Take 6, and they don't all have to be new, but find 6 of your favorite fragrances from this new catalog and create a 6-pack and promote that to your customers. It makes it so much easier for them. Sometimes it's overwhelming to have 80 scents, so let them choose between 6. I mean, of course they can buy something else, but make it easy for them. It's also really great to do if you like this, you would like that, like the obvious one in my mind, which I know it's coming back, but tangerine creamsicle. Like if you have customers that love orange dreamsicle, tangerine dreamsicle is an obvious, replacement for that, right? So, do kind of a this or that. If you have customers that like a fragrance and you don't know what the fragrance notes are on that, I want to make sure you all know. You can go to your website and you can type in well, you can do a Google search and find out what the fragrance notes are. Like you could do a Google search and say blueberry cheesecake scentsy, and it's going to pop up with kind of a description somewhere if you don't have the description, right? But you can take any of those fragrance notes and you can go to your PWS, and in the search box, you can type in that fragrance note and it'll pull up any fragrance we have that has that note in it. So it's an easy way to kind of help customers find other fragrances they might like. All right. So I want to do a quick run over of the licensed products. Let me look through here. Licensed products. Okay. So Michael was telling me a lot of consultants don't realize, you see, we've got the new Mickey and Minnie warmer. Do you guys realize that the warmer is exactly the same on the bottom half? The only difference is the lid. So it's if you wanted to have Mickey and Minnie, you could buy a Mickey or a Minnie and buy just the lid for the other one if you wanted to be able to swap that out and show your customers both, because it's the exact same warmer. Okay. Also, they're very, 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 Michael is very excited about the Oh Boy and the Totally Mini fragrances. Also, this Marvel warmer, he said, I wrote it down because it's huge. It's 8 inches tall, which is really large for a warmer. It does feature Captain America, Iron Man, Hulk, Thor, and Black Widow. You can turn it so that whatever characters you want to see are the ones that are facing out. It is a resin base, and the design detail is amazing as well. He said it has a bunch of cutouts, which you wouldn't know this unless you had this warmer in your house. It has a bunch of cutouts. So things like Iron Man's eyes have a cutout. The arc reactor, Black Widow's staff, and the lightning from Thor. So the light comes through all of those places. So you get a little bit more light than you're expecting, just a little added detail. So also, Michael said to give you guys a big tease. He said to let you know he's not going to ruin Christmas, but the licensing LTOs this year are going to absolutely blow you away. So, all right. Let's see, a couple other things. So Lenny is being replaced with Bailey. If you have customers who buy Lenny for baby gifts, you might be a good time to reach out to them before the end of the catalog. Or if you do baskets for baby showers, might be something you want to consider having a couple of, right? 2 new buddy clips. We've got a girl and a boy buddy clip. The fragrance flowers, the pods and the mini fan diffusers are so popular that they've really worked to expand those. So we've got new fragrance flower fragrances. Some of them you might have remembered from the summer collection. The Ascend diffuser uses the exact same, I don't know if you can see it. Let's see. I don't trust myself enough to, I don't know if you can see. It's not going to show. Okay, well, this is my In the Clouds warmer, which I love. The Ascend warmer, the Ascend diffuser shade is the same, uses the same technique. It's iridescent, and it mimics the In the Clouds warmer. And Lacey is a huge, huge fan of it. I do think it might be the prettiest diffuser shade we've had to date. So I would challenge you, if you don't use our diffusers and our oils, you probably don't sell them. So I would challenge you. We've got 4 new oils. You can see them in the pictures. I would challenge you, when you have a half price item, grab one of our diffusers, grab an oil. The oils are not that expensive, and try it, because you aren't going to sell what you don't, you're not going to promote what you don't use. So 3 new mini fan diffusers. And then if you saw the world tour stuff, you saw we're getting some additional mini fan diffusers with the Easter collection, right? And a huge increase in the number of pods. And that's because, quite honestly, Lacey said, we cannot, I mean, the mini fan diffusers are selling like crazy. They're really great Valentine's Day gifts, Easter gifts, graduation gifts, Father's Day gifts, you name it. And the pods, lots of really good new fragrances for the pods. Okay. I added Squeeze a Day in all-purpose cleaner and brought Fiesta Lime back from the summer collection. So if you have any of that from the summer collection, it's a great thing to sample. And my Sweet Pea and Shea came today, and I did use it on Grace, the Freshen Up pup, because I thought she stunk, and she was licking the air, so I think she liked it. She was like, so, all right. Laundry, we've got pink cotton and all the things, and we brought back the summer Palm Beach Breeze. Really popular. And the biggest, probably the thing people are most excited about, would be the fact that we now have sugar scrub in the catalog, available for everything. So that is kind of an overview. That should give you some details that maybe you didn't know, that aren't readily available, that are really great points to share with your VIPs. Who has questions?
That was a lot of great info. I was like writing furiously down on my paper, like all the details and stuff.
So I'm kind of going through the chat. Advice from Amanda, really good advice. When ordering catalogs, pay attention to what you're grabbing. It's very easy to grab the wrong country or language if you don't. Let's see. Yeah, okay, check marks. I was talking about those that are on the cancellation list, or those who are going to lose their downline, and that's on the performance tab of your workstation. So Christine says, if you just started within the last 2 months and you haven't met the 200, regardless of the time with the company, whether a month or 12, are they automatically going to terminate you? No. They're only terminating people due to inactivity that have not been active 1 out of the past 12 months. Okay. Let's see. Okay, if you work with a nonprofit, how can we suggest they're added to that? Are you talking about the cause? So IdeaShare is a great place to ask for a cause to be considered, and that's on your workstation. Let's see. Rachel says we have the purple wings warmer. It's beautiful. Yes, Gatsby is beautiful, Rachel. We can help you with that. Let's see.
I have a question.
Go ahead. I'm still reading. Go ahead.
Any fun facts about hold on, let me find it now. The You Do You warmer, the mini one, I think it's so cute.
Yeah, you know, she said she didn't have any fun facts really. She said it's really beautiful in person. She was like, I might be biased, but she was like, it's really beautiful in person, and they do think it'll be a really good seller. So, but she didn't.
Can I
give
see
any
that
fun
one?
facts about it.
I don't think we've got that. Can I see that one as well, please?
Yeah, it actually says. Let's see. I closed out my catalog, so you're gonna have to.
I can show
this
you.
one here.
I can show you. Hold on a
Oh
second.
yeah, that's cute. I like it.
Oh yeah. It's on page 23 in the US catalog.
Yeah, it says do what makes you happy. It's very floral, very spring. It's a glass warmer, so it would take mini warmer, so it would take the glass space if you were putting it on a, you know, on if you weren't going to plug it in. So, let's see. Will Scentsy ever do a bundle and save with the mini diffusers and pods? I would be surprised if they did because the prices are so low on both of those items. I mean, I would think it would have to be a like buy 3 mini fan diffusers and 6 pods, save $5 maybe type thing. But those are selling so quickly. I mean, as you know, this fall they really struggled to keep them in stock. They're just flying off both the pods and the mini fan diffusers. So it's a possibility by all means in the future, but it would surprise me if it happened anytime soon. Let's see. What color is along the beach? Let me go look. So it is kind of a sandy gold color. It's ombre, so it's darker at the bottom. I haven't seen it in person, but it's darker at the bottom, but it is kind of a goldenish sand color at the top. It's not yellow, but it's definitely not white sand. So
someone said Michael Borg had shared a video of the Marvel warmer. Has anyone seen it or have a link or anything?
That I have not seen.
Because on the back there'll be 2 different characters, won't there? I'm not sure what's on the back, but somebody said that.
So here's the 5 characters, and they are in the catalog. It does say what all 5 of them are. You just can only see 3 of them in the picture. Let's see. I don't know. I gotta find that piece of paper. Let's see.
Are you looking for the characters?
It's Captain America, Iron Man, Hulk, Thor, and Black Widow. And so you can turn it. I don't remember which 3 you see on the front of it, but I feel like you see Black Widow, you see Captain America and Iron Man, maybe.
Yeah,
maybe
those are the 3.
See Hulk and Thor, maybe. I don't know if that's right.
Thank you.
But I thought it was a really fun detail that there are some holes, places like Iron Man's eyes where the light comes through and stuff. So
That would look really cool with a coloured bulb as well.
yeah, wouldn't it? Yeah, definitely.
Like a green or something.
Okay, so I'm new. How do you create a VIP group? So a VIP group you can create in Facebook, and it's just where you're going to add your best customers. It's totally up to you how you do it. There's no specific rules for it or who you add or that kind of thing. You have to follow all the normal rules for the business. You can't have personal specials. You can't do, product raffles. You can't, all the rules that apply to social media still apply in a VIP page, even if it's private. But ask Cindy on one of the group pages, and I know a bunch of people will give you ideas. Let's see.
Karen, how about Facebook Marketplace? Are we allowed to sell on Facebook Marketplace?
Well, that would. I'm going to send you to compliance to ask that question. Email compliance@scentsy.com. The gist would be, depending upon what, unless the rules changed, you could have a redirect to your PWS, right? You obviously couldn't sell stock or anything like that, but you could have a redirect of something that's currently available to your PWS. You know, like look at this warmer, it's available for $35 with a link directly for them to order it. Click on this link to join, to order, that kind of thing. I know some people have really great success on pages like that. What I found on pages like that is people just want the next best deal and they want something discounted, or that's not a method that I use to market my business, but I know some people do successfully. So
I know I had somebody to get reported to compliance because they did post it on Market, and it was because they didn't use the wording. Basically, they didn't say that they would have to order it, and it did look like they had it on hand.
Yeah.
When in all actuality, yes, you did, but it's not how she was trying to sell it. But she still got reported to compliance because that is what it looked like. So you just have to be careful with your words if you put it on Marketplace.
Very much.
So Pretty in Paradise and Seashore, I didn't highlight because they aren't new warmers technically. Seashore is a metal mini warmer. It's actually a pretty tall mini warmer. It's 4.5 inches. And Pretty Paradise is a pretty warmer. It definitely appeals to a certain group. It's very tropical by all means. It's a glass warmer. Let's see.
Karen, there's one that you went over and it was on page 9, Ooh La La. What?
Ooh la la. Yes.
Yeah. What I didn't get a chance to like write exactly what you said about
Yeah,
that.
sure. So it is a frosted glass, but let me pull exactly what her words were.
Is that the one you said had rhinestones on?
Yes, it has gold rhinestones on it. Yeah. Here's exactly what Carrie said. She said it's a gorgeous, I was like, slow down, I can't write this fast, Carrie. When she was talking. It's a gorgeous iridescent finish over frosted glass and has gold rhinestones on it.
Thank you so much. I know I was like trying to write really fast what you said.
Yeah,
and-
you're fine. You're fine.
What about Washed Ashore on page 11? That one's new.
Oh, yeah. You know what? She didn't mention it at all. I haven't seen it in person. I do think it probably has pretty good light through it because of all the, all the little teeny dots on it. The lights coming through. It does look like it's just a ceramic white. And sometimes those are huge sellers just based on kind of the simplicity of them. So,
Thank you.
does Lavender Love have a gloss outside or is it bisque? She and Lacey both mentioned it and they both described it almost the same. So they imprint the lavender, they actually push the lavender into it. And then they apply the glaze, the purple glaze, they hand wipe it off. And then they made it sound like it was fired at that point. They did not make it sound like there was a glaze over the top of it. So it sounds to me like it's bisque, but I can't tell in the picture. I can go back and ask her though, if you'd like me to.
Karen, can I add something for
Sure.
everyone? Mainly for all the new consultants. I know you saw a lot of warmers that are in the actual catalog, but if you look at the pullout that's at the back, you're gonna see warmers in there that aren't in the catalog. So you wanna go through and look at all those, like the Bless This Home warmer. I was glad to see it come back because I had a lot of people interested and it was sold out. And that goes for like all the animal ones too. So just don't neglect this back page.
Yep. That's a really good point. They really do just highlight not all, but primarily the new warmers in the catalog.
Hey, Karen, in the catalog that's printed,
Yep.
when you go to page 24, does the Glimmer and Glow have the new lid?
No,
or
it
the
doesn't.
old
They
lid?
were printed before in the catalog. They were printed before. They had the markup with the new design. So in the catalog, it shows the old.
So are you putting like a sticker or something there for people that you're mailing these to?
No, I'm just
I'm
gonna
not
have
saying
conversations
anything
with them.
negative.
My
Yeah, I'm
custom-
not saying anything negative about
Yeah.
the new lid like I don't have a problem with it. I don't talk like some of my customers just go online and order. So how would
Well, then
Aren't they doing both lids for a little while?
yeah, for a little while they're going to get both lids. So if they chose to use the old lid, they could, right? It would be up to them. At some point, they will only receive the new lid, but to start with, they're going to get them both until they've gone through all their inventory of them. So my customers are pretty good about reaching out and contacting me. And so I would at that point say, hey, I'm going to send you the PDF. I want to make sure you take a look. This is what the new lid looks like. You're going to get them both, but here's why I recommend you use the new lid. So
I would think also if they're shopping online, then the picture when they purchase it's going to have the right lid on it.
Yep.
I totally didn't think about that. Thanks.
And Wispy Willow, yes, it is pink. It's a really light pink though. I don't have one out now, but I do have one, personal use one. Let's see. So I want to do a fundraiser for a local nonprofit, but I don't want the organization to know. Unfortunately, because of the way our fundraiser protocol works, you can't fundraise for an organization without their consent and permission. So you can't use their name or state that you're fundraising for them without their permission. So
I think it's also important to let them know that you're doing it because people will know that name or they can invite people to it that know that name and want to support. Like I just did one for an animal rescue relay here in Nevada, and it was well over $1,000 party. And these are all people I don't even know that just want to support animal rescue relay. So yeah, you should let them know.
yeah, for sure. I'm trying to catch all the questions. Okay, so
So Kim,
go ahead.
I'm going to be doing a last chance first glance in my Facebook VIP in a room. Can I treat that like a Zoom? Reason I
No,
ask is I have some mystery boxes.
no,
Okay.
not in a room. Unfortunately, you could on a Zoom, but not in, I feel like Dr. Seuss, not in a room, but on a Zoom. You could on a Zoom, but not in a room. And also not with a fox.
Okay.
Or in a box or eating eggs. I don't, okay, yeah, you get the idea. No, unfortunately you can't. They consider that, still consider it social media.
I have a room question. I know it's not
Okay.
about your catalogue. Is there a limit to how many you can have in a room? Because I've never used one yet.
Good question. I don't have any idea. I've never, no idea.
I don't either.
No, they've had them with over 300 people before. It just gets kind of glitchy and you should have their cameras off. But I hold lectures and stuff with students and I have about 100 students in them. So just got to be careful. Depends on how many people are on the Zoom at the time.
Thank you.
Let's see. So the question about a last chance first glance party, there's no specific way to do it. If you're doing it as in a non-COVID world, if you were doing it as a home party, you would probably take both catalogs and you would explain, you know, these are the things that are available until this date. These are the things that can be ordered on the 1st, and they would have to go in as 2 different parties. So your host would have to understand that they would have to meet the minimum for both parties, and they wouldn't get combined host rewards unless they were online orders. So I know Rachel's doing Rachel's group is doing a last chance first glance that one of her directors is coordinating, and they're doing, would you say, Rachel, 3 days? I think you said
Yeah,
3
I've got more
days.
details on it today. So the 31st will be the new catalogue stuff, going from around lunchtime to on the evening. And the 2 days prior to that, starting on the Friday night at about 6, is going to be the last chance. So we're going to show we're going to show all the current stuff in the catalogue with the highlight the 10% off wax bars on the first night. The second night's going to be aimed mainly at the discontinued products. So this is your last chance to get these, or add them to Sensi Club as well. I'm going to try and promote Sensi Club in there as well. And then the 31st will be all of the new products from the new catalogue to pre-order ready for the 1st.
Excellent.
Did you want the details of adding people in? We were also letting all of the consultants in the group add themselves in and add their customers in as well. And whoever whoever the customer tags is who they order from. So it'll be the person who's invited them. So it's one main big party set up in a group rather than an event, so that it's unlimited to how many we can add, and also we can schedule it in a group as well to save us time on the night.
Love it. Vicky, I think I have some blueberry cheesecake pods in storage in Texas. I have no idea if they'll have any smell left to them or not, but they were very potent for sure. So.
Yeah, mine are still like from when we got them at reunion. It still smells.
Oh, then mine are probably still good
them.
too. Yeah. Yeah.
I miss them.
Okay, so Emily asked, so lives, we can only do product reviews, right? So you can go live like in a Facebook party or on your VIP page. You can educate them about the product. You can you can do pretty much anything you want except offer personal specials, raffle off things like that. You can't, normal rules apply to social media, regardless of whether you're on a live or actually typing it in on social media. So does anyone else have a question? Oh, that sounds good. 1 blueberry cheesecake pod and 1 pink haze pod. Is that what you said? That would be
with pink haze, it's so good together.
Yeah, that would be
sounds
nice.
so good.
Rachel, y'all still have pink haze?
Oh, they have a whole bunch of things we don't have.